For Natasha's bike here, backyard workshop, and any ring of death. No ring of death on this bike. I'll show you why. We often grease it out. We give it a good clean. This is the steer plug we're using. Look how deep, look how long this one goes. Been using these for years. This is Colnago. Deda also do them. It's just deep. It goes down deep. It goes right down beyond the bearings. Anyway, that's the ring of death. Would normally be here. This is where the split ring is. You can sort of see there's just a mark there. That's just like normal wear, but there's nothing that catches your fingernail. Alright, so that's the ring of death right there. These little lines here, they're probably from just twisting the stem off. But again, having that long plug in there just gives that reinforcement, so that's not a non-issue. And yeah, so just feeling that, this is no ring of death. You can sort of see the mark there, but there's no actual indentation. No indentation. Alright, that's because I always check the headset tension. I never let the bike go out the door with a loose headset, and Natasha knows what a loose headset feels like. So these scratches are pretty insignificant. But again, if these scratches could be significant if you had, a short plug and spaces above your stem and just things like that. But we're using a super deep plug, so this is all reinforced. We never ride loose headset, and so this is after over 2 years of use, over 2 years of riding. Most days on this bike, here and there, and so yeah, just no ring of death. Fantastic. So your ring of death is caused by a loose headset. Learn how to tune your headset. Don't have it too tight, don't have it too loose, have it just right. There's plenty of good tutorials out there how to tune a headset tension, and you're good to go. No ring of death. Deep. Look how deep this plug goes. Alright, goes very, very deep. It goes beyond the bearings. I'll get a ring of death fork to show you what I mean, what the ring of death is. For those who haven't seen my ring of death video series, we'll go find out. This cat's over here. Johnny. This is the ring of death. We've got a Focus, Eastern fork, very, very high end, expensive fork. Ring of death. Boom, we can sort of see that there. That's really ring barked in there. So that's, it's not so good. This can be used in a smaller frame, chop it off, etc. The Eastern ones aren't too bad because they are thicker carbon, so not as risky for failure, but eventually it can. This is a Focus fork, 3T, very expensive fork. A very, very expensive fork. Bought this off a local racer. He had no idea the potential fatal consequences of this bike, and I pointed it out to him. He's like, wow, I didn't know that. So he had it regularly maintained at a local bike shop in Adelaide, Australia. So again, a lot of bike shops don't pick this up. If they do, they don't realize how potentially dangerous it can be. I've seen these forks fail. Many people haven't, so they don't think it's a concern, but you can see that one's really getting deep, and this is quite a thin fork as well, so you can sort of see what happens if you're flexing in the sprint, hit a bump or a pothole. That can just cause catastrophic failure and cause severe injury and or death. So not a fun thing to do. Again, it's caused by the split ring being metal, which is a bad idea, but again, if you don't ride a loose headset, you won't have any issues. But I think in future we should make these out of plastic. For the noobs out there who don't watch my videos or who don't know what a loose headset is, they can learn the hard way, unfortunately. So these could be plastic in future. But again, it won't etch into your fork if you don't ride a loose headset. So make sure your headset is properly tuned by you, not your mechanic, because you might ride down the street, go for a ride, and your headset's loose, and you're like, oh, I'll just ride it for another 2 weeks and it should be okay. No, you need to learn how to do it. If I can do it, anyone can. It's a very simple job to tune your headset tension and test for play. Grab your front brake, rock your bike up and back and down, front and rear, and if there's got any play, make sure your headset is tuned properly. Alright, get someone to show you how you do it. Watch the GCN videos. It's definitely a skill worth learning for your own safety and others. It also prevents beautiful forks like this that would otherwise last forever being put to landfill, because that's all this fork's good for now, unfortunately.